Hey, what's up, people? Piz out here, and this is Arrow Video's newest Blu-ray release for Brian Yuzna's Society. And just take a close look there at what's going on the cover of this edition. Check that out. Arrow's really outdone themselves with the packaging on this release. They know that their fan base is primarily collectors, and they know that we collectors love these kind of releases with these, this kind of packaging when the distributor goes the extra mile on the packaging. We love that. All this is raised here. All the eyes, the noses, the mouths, the word society, all this mingling flesh. It's all raised. It's beautifully grotesque. There's the spine, society raised there, the top raised there as well. Here is the back with more grotesquerie, all raised. Just beautiful, beautiful packaging here for this edition. Great work by Arrow on the packaging for Society. It is a matter of good breeding, really. We've got director-approved limited edition contents on this set. We've got a lot of stuff. I'll run through them. Newly remastered 2K digital transfer of the film approved by director Brian Yuzna. High-definition Blu-ray 1080p and standard-definition DVD presentation, original stereo 2.0 audio, optional English subtitles for the deaf and hearing compared. We've got a brand new audio commentary by Yuzna, Governor of Society, a brand new interview with Yuzna, The Masters of the Hunt, a brand new featurette including interviews with stars Billy Warlock, Devin D. Vasquez, Ben Meyerson, and Tim Bartel. The Champion of the Shunt, new featurette with FX artists Screaming Mad George, David Grosso, and Nick Benson. 2014 Q&A with Yuzna, recorded at Celluloid Scream Festival. Brian Yuzna in conversation backstage at the Society World premiere. Persecution Mania, Screaming Mad George music video. That sounds interesting. We've got limited edition Digipak Packaging featuring newly commissioned artwork by Nick Percival. Good job, Mr. Percival. Collector's booklet featuring new writing on the film by critic Alan Jones, illustrated with original archive stills and posters. Nice. Society Party Animal, limited edition exclusive, the official comic book sequel to Society, reproduced in its entirety in a perfect bound book. Let's pop, well, we can't pop it open. We're going to slide the contents out and take a close look at what's inside here. Oh, goodness. Put that aside for now. Here we go. Here's like the gatefold, I guess you could say. More awesome artwork here. It folds out like so. Here we have the Blu-ray. Here we have the DVD. Here we have, I think this is the original poster art for Society. Very, very cool. You are hereby invited to take your place in Society. Great. Here's some Arrow releases. Very, very cool. Here is the booklet. Look at that. Awesome stuff going on there. Booklet here with the write-up by Alan Jones. Just flip through here, see what's going on here. Oh, there's a very, very memorable makeup effect there from the film. But you're keeping it in the family. Write-up by Alan Jones. Got some pictures from the film. Oh, goodness. Yep, there's some nasty stuff going on there. Uh-oh. Oh, I remember that. I remember this. Cool stuff there. Very cool stuff. So yeah, got a nice little gatefold here. Let's see if we can flip it around and see what the back of it looks like, totally unfolded. Cool. Cool stuff. Let's check out the comic. I may have to edit some of this out if there's nudity in this comic, but more great artwork there. Just flip through it here. Nice, thick, big comic. Society Party Animal. Just kind of flip through, check it out. Won't linger too long on the comic. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, cool stuff. Lots of cool stuff in here to sink your teeth into if you're a fan of Society. Alright, very, very cool. Again, love this packaging. Just love this packaging. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Alright, very cool. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is, since I've showed you the packaging and the contents of the packaging, I'm going to talk to you guys about the film and the actual contents of of the disc, of the Blu-ray. Discuss the picture quality, sound quality, as I normally do, as well as the special features, etc., etc. So I will do that right now. All right, people. Society. And where to begin with Society? Where to begin with this movie? Society marked the directorial debut of Brian Usna. It is the tale of a young man by the name of Billy, played by Billy Warlock in the film, son of Dick Warlock, who seemingly has it all. He has very affluent, well-to-do parents, lives in a mansion in Beverly Hills. He's the most popular kid at Beverly Hills Academy, but he's always felt this distrust for his parents, for his friends, for seemingly everyone around him. And as the date of his sister's coming out party nears, those fears and that paranoia prove to be pretty justified. Put it that way. The movie is oozing in paranoia. It's just an ooey gooey, oozy kind of movie that is really highlighted by Screaming Mad George's makeup effects in the film, which are absolutely phenomenal. Society is, I think, from just a story standpoint, it is very original. It's very ambitious, and from a special effects standpoint, it's totally innovative. There's some wild, wacky, Dolly-inspired, surrealistic makeup effects in this movie. It is this dreamlike body horror meets scathing satire of classism, class struggle, how the rich eat the poor, or in the film, how they literally feed off of the poor. It's kind of Cronenbergian, but with a really good sense of humor about itself. It's a really good movie. It's a really well-made movie. Of course, it was Brian Usna's directorial debut. The movie looks fantastic. It was shot for a very low budget. It doesn't look like a low budget movie per se. Like I said, the special effects in the film are just grotesquely beautiful. They are great special effects in the film. Great special effects. Lots of stuff going on. Ooey gooey. There's a slime-soaked, flesh-melding orgy in the film. Need I say more? I first saw Society many years ago on VHS. I recalled really enjoying it. Got my hands on this Blu-ray from the fine folks over at Arrow Video. Watched it again and really like this movie. Like I said, very unique, very different, very innovative, I think, from a special effects standpoint. Just a really ambitious, low-budget horror film, which I'm Brian Usna kind of. If it's got Brian Usna's name on the film anywhere, either as producer, writer, director, it's not going to be just your typical kind of, horror movie. It's Lovecraftian. It is, like I said, body horror meets satire that all culminates and climaxes with a slime-soaked, flesh-melding orgy. Great stuff. Great stuff. If you've not seen Society, this is the way to see the film. This Blu-ray is phenomenal. However, it is a region-free Blu-ray. It is regions A, B, and C, so you don't have to worry about having a region-free player. If you love Society, this Blu-ray is the way to go. As I said, the packaging is phenomenal. The film itself, I think, is awesome. If you've not seen it, watch it. Great stuff. And the Blu-ray, this Blu-ray from Arrow Video is definitely the way to go. Chock full of great bonus content. I took some notes because that's what I do. Gotta be thorough here, people. Gotta be thorough. Right off the bat, we've got Governor of Society, a 16-minute and 30-second interview with Brian Usna in which he discusses the making of Society, the themes in the film, the special makeup in the film. He discusses, the movie got a very limited release back in 1989 when it was first released. It was pretty much totally ignored in the U.S., unfortunately. But really interesting interview with Brian Usna. Governor of Society. Next we have Masters of the Hunt, a approximately 22-minute featurette with stars Billy Warlock, Devin D. Vasquez, Ben Meyerson, and Tim Bartel. Really entertaining, really informative interviews with these guys. They talk about being cast in the film. They talk about working on the set. They talk about working with the makeup effects, working with all the slime and the goop and stuff attached to their face and attached to other parts of their bodies. Talk about, you know, shenanigans on the set, etc., etc. Really entertaining interview with those four. We've got Champion of the Shunt, a 20-minute interview with special effects guys, Screaming Mad George, David Grasso, and Nick Benson. They talk about, primarily Screaming Mad George talks about him being influenced by Dolly and Dolly's surrealism in pretty much all of his special makeup effects that he's done in any film, but primarily for Society. A lot of interesting stuff they talk about as far as the special makeup effects were concerned, how they pulled them off, etc., etc. Really cool featurette there. We have got a Brian Usna Q&A at a 2014 screening of Society at the Celluloid Screams Film Festival in the UK. This is a 38-minute Q&A. Brian Usna talks about the origins of the film, working with Screaming Mad George, growing up in the 60s, and how the politics of that era influenced Society, the revival of Society over the years after it was largely ignored upon its release, and the probability of a sequel, and much, much more. This was a great, lengthy, in-depth, informative Q&A with Brian Usna, in which he not only talks about Society, he talks about his other films, talks about just, you know, his thoughts on horror, his thoughts on being a horror filmmaker, I'm sorry. Really informative, really interesting, really nice Q&A with Brian Usna. This was my favorite special feature on this disc. Great stuff. We've got Brian Usna at the Society premiere in London back in 1989. It's only about 2 minutes long. It's pretty rough because I think it was shot on VHS. Basically, he discusses the importance of horror fiction in Society. We also have commentary with Brian Usna. I watched about 30 minutes of the film with the commentary. Pretty interesting. Him just talking about, you know, the beginnings of Society, which really it all kind of started with, he was working on a film called The Men with Dan O'Bannon, of course, who wrote Alien, the late Dan O'Bannon, and directed Return of the Living Dead. Dan O'Bannon fell out of that project. Society came along, Usna wanted to use some of the themes from The Men as far as the paranoia, etc., etc., put that into Society, and Society became Society. We have the Screaming Mad George music video, which is pretty interesting. I'll leave it at that. It's pretty interesting. We also have a theatrical trailer on this set. Lots and lots of stuff on this set. If you're a fan of Society, this is the way. This is the way to own Society on Blu-ray. It's region A, B, and C, so no matter where you live, this Blu-ray will play in your Blu-ray player. It's Blu-ray, it's DVD. The picture quality is fantastic. It's a 2K scan, but I would put it right up there. It looks just as good, if not better, than some 4K scans that I've seen recently. So really good picture quality on this disc. Great sound quality, as with all of Arrow's Blu-rays. This is just another winner from the fine folks over at Arrow Video. If you've seen Society, if you love Society, if you want to own Society on Blu-ray, this is the way to go. If you've not seen Society, you should see Society, and you should definitely pick up this Blu-ray. Great edition, loaded with content, great packaging if you're a collector. I can't say enough good things about it. As a matter of fact, I'm about to lose my voice because I've sang the praises of Arrow's Blu-ray of Society to the point where I'm losing my voice. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up now. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll put a link to Arrow Video's website in the description. Go check them out. As always, thanks for watching. Take it easy, and until next time, peace.